Hello, and welcome to TouchCast.
I'm Calvin Blount.
And I'm Willa France.
Today we'll be interviewing Mrs. Mack about the upcoming Poetry Out Loud competition.
We'll be reviewing This Week in Sports.
And we'll be updating you on upcoming events like the Fall Film Fest and Harvest Grams.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Rougeau, and today I'll be interviewing Mrs. Mack about the English Speaking Union and the Poetry Out Loud. Hi, Mrs. Mack. How are you?
I'm well, Nicholas. How are you?
I'm good. So tell us more about what ESU and Poetry Out Loud are.
Sure. The ESU is the English Speaking Union, and it's a Shakespeare competition for reciting both a speech from one of the plays and a sonnet. And Poetry Out Loud is the POL, and it's a competition where you learn ultimately 3 poems, and for our school competition you recite 2 of the poems, and then if you go out to the States you recite the 3rd poem.
That sounds like fun.
It is.
So what are some of the great experiences you've witnessed from students who have been a part of this?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just a great program because it gives people an opportunity to really learn a poem or a monologue in depth, and so that's really exciting to see somebody kind of take it in and it kind of becomes a part of them, and so I really love that aspect of it. And as far as the program and the kinds of experiences I've seen, well, I mean, the most exciting thing that we did was that Jasenia won the state competition 2 years ago and went on to nationals, and that was thrilling for her and for us. And so she just had such a great time there in Washington, D.C., competing, but also making so many friends, and just, being with people who were like-minded and loved poetry, and so that was really exciting. And I think kind of just on a more kind of simple level, what I think is great about it is that we come together as a group and we kind of step away from the craziness of the day when we have our meetings, and we talk about poetry and kind of relax and maybe drink tea and learn, something really cool by looking at it really closely. Yeah.
So if a student wants to be part of either of them, what basic requirements do they need to meet to be part of it?
So yeah, that's a great point. They can do either one or both. And so if they want to do one or the other or both, you just have to come to the first meeting. Ultimately, you'll have to learn, if you're doing English Speaking Union, you'll have to learn 1 monologue that's less than 20 lines, and you'll have to learn 1 sonnet. And if you do Poetry Out Loud, you'll ultimately have to learn 3 poems.
Okay.
But you'll have lots of time to do that.
That's great. So when is the first Poetry Out Loud meeting?
Our first meeting is next Thursday, October 15th, at lunch in room 153.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking with us. Bye.
Thanks, Nick. The boys soccer team is coming off an impressive win last Tuesday against the Grove, 6-2, led by Trevor Wilson, Daniel Maiorenzo, and Kyle Perry with 2 goals each. This week, the boys will be playing Wednesday versus St. George's and Thursday versus Blackstone Valley Pro.
The girls also had an impressive week in soccer with a 2-0 victory versus Hyde. This week, they will be playing against Paul Cuffey and Tabor on Wednesday and Thursday.
Also, don't forget to get your Harvest Gram orders into Dan.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's segment of TouchCast. And as always, have a wonderful week.